I don't really want to sing, but it's like Hershey's chocolate, Hershey's chocolate. That one, yeah.
It's great to have you guys here. Thank you for taking the time. Why don't we just jump right in? Bailey, can you tell me, like, what is it like to work for IRI? What makes it such a special place to start your career, and give us some insight there.
Absolutely. I think IRI is unique in that there is no set career path here.
Mm.
At IRI, we get the chance to forge our own career and our own path based off of our interests. This was confirmed during the Early Career Professionals Employee Resource Group meeting, something we offer here at IRI. We had one of those meetings last week. And when we asked one of our panelists, a person who has been here for 30 years, we asked her, why do you think IRI is a great place for early career professionals? And something she said that I really like is, if something interests you, raise your hand for that opportunity. Give it a shot. And if it turns out to be something maybe you don't love, there's always going to be something new to try here.
So it sounds like
Please
it's
go.
a big enough organization that you can have, multiple careers even within one organization.
Yes, I think a lot of our employees get to build such a diverse set of skills, because in one role, you might be working on site at a client. Like myself, I'm at Perigo, located in West Michigan. But in the next role, you can be on an internal team that's helping create new solutions.
So you mentioned the early career resource group. I'm going to ask you a little bit about that, and tell us what that's all about.
So the Early Career Professionals ERG is actually the reason the four of us know each other and are able to communicate so often. Without the Early Career Professionals ERG, I don't think any of us would have really crossed paths. But what's really important is that this is an employee resource group that is aimed to empower folks early in their career. And we're doing this by hosting monthly meetings and providing opportunities to network, not only with other early career professionals, but with folks who have a lot more industry experience at IRI and in the CPG world in general.
Our students really, really love the corporate social responsibility that a lot of our partners have. So maybe Jenny, can you tell us a little bit about what IRI does in the world to make it a better place? How can you be involved with that?
Well, I think internally, RI provide resources, training, support to really promote conversations around the latest social topics about what is happening in the US and around the world, and really just inspire employees to think beyond our day-to-day jobs. For example, last year, I launched several employee resources group. The early career professional ERG is one of them. And also we have women, Black, LGBTQ, etc. And we're also expanding that ERGs this year as well. So it just really, just by participating one of those ERGs, or all of them, you have the opportunities to really engage in topics like gender equality, racial injustice, and allow employees to share their voices and learn from others during this weekly/monthly events. For example, for me personally, me, Bailey, Elise, we are three of the leaders at the early career professional ERGs. We actually plan to execute monthly events to empower young professionals like us to engage IRI employees at all levels from different departments. We also have initiatives, we're actually planning these initiatives to engage with universities in ways such as case competition. So for students who are really interested in, like CPG industry and also IRI, we just want to create this opportunity for those students to engage with us at their early stage to know what we're doing. And also for me, I joined the Women ERG monthly meeting, and just to hear about those senior women leaders within RG about their experience, about how they build confidence and execute their confidence. Really just give me the confidence to and just to think about my career as a career development as a woman and at RI.
Yeah, those resource groups, some companies call them affinity networks, resource groups, whatever. They're so valuable to somebody's development, whether and to be honest with you, I think you all are doing something very unique. I have not seen early career as a resource group or an affinity network within some of these large companies. So it's really great that you guys are doing something a little bit different. It's nice to see kind of those continuing to grow and more people being kind of welcomed in on different bases.
Externally, RI also taken several initiatives to engage local communities. For example, we have this cooperate charitable contributions to rebuild Chicago and other cities. This is one of the ongoing initiatives. And also we have this diversity advantage program, DAP. We basically partner with large retailers to support and help women, minorities, or other diversity-owned business. So I think overall, I just create the firsthand empower employees to think beyond their day-to-day jobs, to be the community leaders, and also as a cooperate itself, it just continue engaging in this community services. So that's one thing I really like about RI.
Now about the actual jobs that you all are doing. So Elise, you are currently a client service analyst, is that right?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what you do on a daily basis and what you also know about the client insight analyst position that IRI is currently offering to some of the students out there.
So client service analysts and client insights analysts work hand in hand every day, supporting the client and everything they do with all of IRI's different data solutions and offerings. So in anything from how do they start using our database, how do they log in, how do they see insights that are coming from the register, so point of sale insights from a retailer, and also then connect those with shopper and panelist insights, things we get from surveying consumers, and how do we tie those two things together and make an interesting story that can help solve their business problems. And that's a little bit more of what the client insights analyst does. So they work a little bit more with how the client can take those different things they learned from our data and our solutions and turn it into an action plan. And if they have a problem they're looking to solve, what types of measures can the clients use, and what types of reports and visualizations within our multiple platforms can they use to effectively solve this problem or deliver the message they're trying.
So what would you say are some of the top skills that you're using in your job? Like what would attract a student to this type of position?
So it's a good mix of a lot of different things that you learned both in school and just from everyday life. So data analytics and use of Excel is really important. I do that every day, but also being able to effectively communicate. So if there's, for example, an issue on the back end, how do we deliver that message as in a positive light to the client? And how do we best communicate potential solutions that we want them to buy in addition to what they currently have? So that's a little bit of the selling aspect that you might have learned in business or marketing classes in school.
Okay. So one of the things that pops in my mind is, the term data analytics is kind of a newer kind of catchphrase that everybody's using nowadays. And to some people, it's very exciting, and to other people, it's very daunting. So can any of you give me like a quick conceptual idea of what you all do on a regular basis when it comes to the term data analytics?
I am actually working in strategic analytics team. So basically what we do is packaging those data that we have from the retailer, from the manufacturer, and provide consultative projects such as demand forecasting, assortment optimizations, and we just leverage those data sets to provide our insights. So what we do is first we leverage the company's tool. We have like demand forecasting solutions. We have assortment optimization solutions. So we leverage that tool to input data to run the models. But from us, from the analytics perspective, we will review the model output to make sure, okay, first, from the statistic or analytics perspective, the model result makes sense. Second, the model result is tied to our client's business. So for example, if the client is really looking for a certain impact on a certain product, whether that model tells the same story as what they want. So that's basically two type of things we offer as in the data analytics perspective.
Can I add on to that a little bit? Yeah, when I just wanted to say, when I was in college, I never thought of myself as like a data analyst. I was not very interested in the like analytics part of it. I was like, oh, maybe I want to do more of a category management or a sales component. But, I raised my hand and I took a shot at an opportunity and I ended up loving it. You learn the skills you need, and it's all about just being willing to learn. And then today I love it. I am a data analyst. I identify as a data nerd, and you just learn how to look at those trends, and it's just not as daunting as it sounds looking back on it a year later.
So I'm going to go ahead and throw this to Andrea. And why don't you tell us a little bit about how can our students get considered for this? Like, what is the hiring process, and how can they join this wonderful team?
Yes, so we encourage all of our students to check our career page and look through the different types of roles that we have to offer. Of course, us being here, we are very passionate about our early career professionals, and we have the resources to help you drive your career forward. So definitely take a look at our career page and explore the website. Now, what does our interview process look like? Typically, it is a round of behavioral interviews that focus on ability to understand data, your eagerness to learn, as well as your ability to handle speaking with clients. That is a very big topic of ours, as most of our employees do serve our clients. At some cases, you may see a technical component, but again, that is not part of our entire interview process.
So it sounds like there's a good mix of analytics, which we've already talked about, but also a lot of people skills. So, is that something that you look for specifically? Or are there certain types of people skills that are best to have?
Yeah, I would say most of our roles really incorporate two main components. We want to find candidates who have strong business acumen, consultative skills to really work with our clients. But on the back end, we want people who have the ability to use data, or even the eagerness to learn data. I think that's more important, to be able to want it. So that's what I would say the main two components of our roles look like.
Well, thank you, ladies, once again for taking some time with me. I know your schedules are very busy. It's so important for our students to find out what makes IRI such a great place to build a career. Thanks again for taking some time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.